Can I get a soundboard?
No.
Why not?
Because I listened to enough of the Ron Burgundy podcast to know exactly what would happen.
Yes, I'm gonna use this today. Get ready.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another week of the Jolt Switch podcast. We've got a few things to go over. We've got that version 0.153.0. Some changes came to it, all sorts of different pieces, but we'll get into it a little bit. The Johto journey has begun with our Ultra bonus. There is a tournament for one of the groups that used to be known as BPL. They've put together a tournament for the Safari Zone, which I'm actually kind of excited about. And of course, we got to go to that Harry Potter Wizards Unite fan festival, which I don't know about you, but I had a good time. Right?
I had a good time too.
So we've got a whole bunch of stuff to touch on, but I want to make sure that first we are taking care of, you know, the ins and outs of the podcast itself. It is powered by Patreon, so if you do head over to our Patreon, you can enhance your Discord experience. Things like video submissions that I can speak to and talk to and offer some PvP assistance. Maybe even some video commentary to go up on my YouTube channel. And make sure that, of course, you are spoken to and so people know who you are. So for as little as $1 a month, you can help the PvP scene that I do help to admin in my region. And any level of support does help immensely. If you know, Patreon and monetary stuff isn't really what you're into, you can always go to Google or Apple Podcasts and give us a good rating there too. If you enjoy what you're hearing, make sure that we know. So jumping into that first little bit, actually I want to start with the Wizards Unite Festival.
All right.
Because that was the most recent thing that we got to go do. We drove down to Indy. It was about an 8-hour drive. And then we got down. We got to check into our hotel. We got the cheapest Burger King that we've ever had in our entire lives.
The mythical 10-piece $1.50 nuggets. $1.49 nuggets. My bad. Oh, yeah.
The fries were really good, too.
Yeah, and then we got fries coming back home on the Canadian side, and we compared it, and it was not even close.
Yeah, we got Burger King fries on the Canadian side.
Yeah, because I was starving.
Good. We did also get Steak and Shake.
Yeah, what the hell was that? In the best way.
Steak and Shake was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Was it a garlic...
double stack.
A garlic double stack steak burger. It was like garlic...
butter. Okay, so I think it was a garlic butter bun with garlic butter on top of your burger patties. Like after it's been assembled. With
2 patties and bacon and cheese.
I don't think yours had cheese. It had just bacon.
Maybe.
I mean, well, just cheese.
But the fries, you said they were like hickory sticks.
Hickory sticks, yes, but like with texture. Because hickory sticks is just like...
yeah, they're just like sticks.
Just, yeah.
But these fries were the size of hickory sticks.
But fries.
But like fries.
But not all of them were like the crunchies, which was nice because they were actually fries.
And I got some Cajun spice on there too. It was pretty good. What did you get?
No,
there?
It was Parmesan.
I'm sorry, Parmesan.
Oh, full of lies, man.
And you ended up getting the one that I got for our when we got home meal because we brought them across the border. The guy at the border thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, he asked us, "What are you bringing?" Just a couple burgers. He was like, "Pardon me," because I guess everyone in front of us was like. Because a lot of people were getting, like, searched because everyone was bringing, like, booze and all that stuff. And we're just like, yeah, just burgers. Oh, man.
What was the burger that you got? Because you were really excited about it. And then you ended up
I didn't get it. Okay, so I'm the type of animal that's going to sit there, look at a menu, and then Google the images of that food that I want. Like what other people have posted just to see what it looks like. So in the menu, they had the jalapeno burger or whatever it was.
Right.
And it looked so good. And then I Googled a picture of it and it was literally like 2 pieces of jalapeno between this like sad looking bun. And then I went, no. So I got the original double stack.
Right.
Which had all your favorite vegetables on it.
For anyone who doesn't realize, I'm a carnivore. I don't really do vegetables that much, so... So fries are kind of my vegetable of choice, especially when we're talking about burgers.
Yeah, recently we've acquired a taste for green beans, so we're making progress. Yeah, cooking's fun.
But yeah, so that was the food. We did breakfast before the event. We spent a ridiculous amount of money on...
But that's because we went to the hotel
Yeah.
bistro. That was like... We got 2, like, bagel sandwiches with, like, eggs and bacon, and it came out to, like, 44 Canadian dollars, and I was like, Jesus.
Hotel food, especially with and we were in a hotel that was right across the street. If you saw the picture on Instagram there, that was picture of the venue from our room the night before.
Yeah, we could literally see White River Park.
Yeah, and then we got out, and it was a little lacking in direction.
Yeah, that would be the only thing that I would say I had beef with. Like, I had no idea where what was. But then the next day when we woke up, everything that we didn't know what to do, it was put, like, nicely in a little legend post on Twitter. Like, if you want to get this dragon, go here. If you want to find these eggs, go here. So, like, all of a sudden, everyone was told where everything would be. While we spent, like, a good, I would say, 2 hours just going back and forth trying to figure out where stuff was.
Yeah, and I mean, it wasn't just the people on Reddit who had gone to the event spelling it out for day 2. It was Niantic doing it as well.
Yeah.
They did put signs and maps up. You did take a picture of the map to try
so then we can see it as we're walking, because there was, I think it was only in 2 places. I could be lying though, like, don't quote me. It's a big park, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Well, there was a lot of stuff going on.
I mean, so it was hard to get that direction of where things were. You had to go to the area to know, for instance, this dragon was here, because it would have a poster to say, oh, there's been sightings of this dragon.
Yeah, and then, I mean, at first, when you get into the event and then you open your app, all the eggs appear in one place. Like, it wasn't like the Chinese fireball was appearing where it was in the dark arts. It was appearing right there and then, like, on the bridge.
Right.
Where we walked in, which was right in between the Hogwarts zone and the sports.
Right, yeah.
So it was the no man's land in between those 2 zones.
And the food area, which is where we were seeing a lot of other things too.
That's where we saw the Peruvian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up running into a few things. Getting there, I mean, we were concerned about needing to... I know that at GoFest, some of them you had to spin the Pokestop at the entrance, scan your code, do the thing, blah, blah, blah. Here, all of the inns and everything were active.
The night before.
Not just the night, but like probably before we even got there.
Well,
we could see them.
Know.
We could see them all night. We could see them in the morning before we checked into the event. We didn't actually need to check into the event. We started getting things. We got word of people that were going that weren't part of the event being able to complete the tasks at the event.
And, like, see dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So not tasks, but see the oddities and the foundables that were at the event.
Because we went the second day and we got a Pokemon raid and we wanted to just get pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And we ended up still seeing things on site.
Yeah, I was able to get dragons and stuff like that too.
And one of the guys that was working the event was saying, yeah, my buddy came and visited and he was able to catch dragons and complete tasks 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay, but he said then he couldn't go further.
He said he couldn't get further for some reason, like it must have like blipped him out or something. Mm-hmm. But I mean, yeah, we had tickets, but it allowed us to go both days if we wanted to. We ended up leaving because I mean we had to drive 8 hours to get back.
So.
But once we got the wrangle of everything,
it was pretty good. Yeah. Honestly, I didn't even mind walking back and forth. I walked my eggs.
Yeah, we walked eggs. We walked port keys. We walked.
We just walked.
I mean, I had my gotcha going, I'll be honest with you.
So did I until I lost it. I don't know where. I don't know how. But as I was washing my hands, one guy goes, oh, that's a nice gotcha bracelet. And I was like, the hell do you mean bracelet? I look over and it's empty. Like, I was ready to cry. But you know what? It is what it is. At least I had Adventure Sync still on my Apple Watch. And I told you, I was like, thank God it wasn't the Apple Watch. Because I swear to Christ, I would have, wow. That
would have been a bad time.
That would have been a bad day for all.
But we did power through pretty quickly. We got a lot of stuff. We made sure that we completed anything for the stickers on the pages. We're definitely not prestiging those pages because all sorts of them won't be available around the world, only at that fan festival. Early on in the day, actually, we bumped into, or I say we bumped into, but we walked past
Pokemon Master Holly,
which was definitely exciting. My eyes got about the size of dinner plates.
Yeah, and I was just like, look. I mean, and then at the same time, you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't want to get up in their face and be like, hey, let me just interrupt whatever you're doing, which is part of your job, and, just F it up for you. No. So we just got really hyped. And then, I mean, we knew she was there, so we would probably see her after.
And we crossed paths with her, like...
A couple of times, yeah.
And it's easy to see her coming because she was in her Harry Potter outfit, and she had, like, a posse of people.
And she had her little ears on. And if you guys hear any little noises, our animals have been without us for a whole week. So I have 4 very sucky butts. Well, a weekend is a week in dog years.
Okay.
So if you hear any, little nails or snoots or snoring or noises, it's our pets. Sorry.
But yeah, and I mean, it was good. I was expecting there to be a lot more...
Security.
Security, yes. Drive for people to go and do things. I was expecting it to be a lot more, like, movement bound, if that makes sense. Like go and grind and do lots of things for the whole day. But
are you saying that because we finished with 3 hours to spare?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's because we actually did grind. And we did do that. Well, yeah, but that's the thing, because we have that hustle from Pokemon GO. Like, we still had people around us when we were lining up for the group picture, which was at 7, which they were like, oh my god, I still don't have all the dragons. Which they started appearing at that...
Right, and that's why they
at the lawn. That's why they all got them there, so they can all finish. But yeah, a lot of people didn't complete, so I don't really, I don't agree with you, because you have to go back and forth.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess you're right. I guess we're just used to that, needing to walk and go and do things for Pokemon GO. Maybe that's why I didn't feel... It felt more relaxed than I was expecting.
Plus, a lot of people were, like, hiding from the rain, and I'm like, well, I go raiding in a windstorm, like, in the winter.
Yeah.
So this is nothing. Like, this is just water. Like, I'm fine.
Little drizzle.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And, I mean, yes, the thunder warning, okay, fine, legit, like, lightning, whatever, don't want to die, but... rain, like, it's not gonna stop me. I don't care. I'll find a tree. Yeah. Whatever. Probably not safe to do. Don't do that.
Not in a lightning storm.
Not in a lightning storm. But with the rain, I mean, I thought it was fine. I still thought it was like a lot of stuff to do. Like, we did speed through it, but that's because we wanted to. Yeah. Like, if we wanted to take our time, we could have.
Probably.
Yeah, but I just wanted all the dragons.
True. Yeah. We wanted all the dragons. There were. I mean, the was it the sports area we didn't really get to till near the end because we didn't really realize it was there.
Yeah.
We had to look at the map and figure out where are we standing right now. Where is this sports thing? Where
haven't we been?
We got to the end of the bridge that was for Care of Magical Creatures, and it looked like the event was supposed to continue on around the corners of it. But people were saying that it was a wasteland over there because the event stopped essentially at the end of the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get a chance to go, so we didn't see.
It's hard to know for sure, but listening to what other people had said and being able to complete without going that distance,
I didn't see why I had to go there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then near the end of the day, we started there was the big giant group picture. We're still trying to pick ourselves out of that one.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Well, until we get the big, good resolution ones.
Right.
And then until the drone pictures come out.
Yeah.
How crazy was that? We're standing there and they're lining us up and I was like, haha, they should make us put on our flashlights on our phones because it'll look like the tip of our wands. Literally 10 seconds later, the lady goes, put on your flashlights. I'm like, I could have written this. And then I was like, watch, they're going to have to get a drone. And everyone's like, nah, there's photographers. Again, 10 minutes later, a little drone comes and takes pictures.
And then once that sort of cleared out, we had Pokemon Master Holly was doing her little group thing. I'm pretty sure I saw I Am Risen there too.
He was there.
And then Pokemon Master Holly went to take a picture, and we went over and waited just till she was done, and then we got to actually
say hi.
Yeah, we got to shake hands and say hi,
and we talked for like a good 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, and not just Harry Potter. We talked Pokemon, and she seemed really interested in. I mean, she took a look at our Instagram and saw some of the pictures and stuff,
yeah, and she really liked it, and she was really happy about like the PvP movement and everything. Yeah, and I mean, she did. She said what we've been saying, that it takes time, and you actually have to come out and try it.
Yeah.
Right, because you will never know until you actually try it. Yeah, there's this consensus that it's a waste of time, but you can't really judge it if you haven't done it.
Yeah.
So
if you're playing computer players, it's a lot different to playing real players.
yeah.
And that's kind of the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
We did get to learn that she would be in Montreal with us for the Safari Zone, too.
Yeah, and we learned that Mystic 7 and Trainer Tips is supposed to come as well.
Right.
From what we've heard, again, speculation, from what we've been told. But that's, I mean, still exciting. Doesn't matter who comes. I just want to go.
It sounded like she wanted us to come say hi when we were there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which will be fun. But yeah, it was a great time. And then we had our drive home. Got to see someone get pulled over by a police car.
Oh, man. That was right in front of us, too. Damn it. That was you driving my car, going 140, and there was this giant Tahoe in front of us.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, if you want to go fast, go fast. So it was doing at least 160.
I want to go fast.
I want to go fast. I want to go fast, Mom. Anyway, so this thing was doing like 160. And then all of a sudden, you just see the highway ranger.
Yeah.
And, like, his lights go on. And you see him, like, come out. And then Matt goes into the right lane being like, da-da-da-da-da. I wasn't going that fast. Not me. And then the ranger blew past us and then pulled over the black car. And I looked at him and I'm like, I hope you realize how lucky you are. Freaking in my car. How dare you?
Always a good time ripping down the highway, though.
Not those highways. The road sounds weird. This is going to be really petty, but the roads in the States sound so weird. Like there's that and like I don't get it. Like is it just because the way the pavement is? Is that what's
I have no idea. Every state sounds different though. Did you
Oh my god,
that?
maybe they do it on purpose. Like you are now in Ohio. You are now leaving Ohio.
So as I mentioned there, we did have that Pokemon GO update come out, and then they immediately changed it or pulled it. Mm-hmm. All the different updates that went into it, things like the Versus Seeker and all those different pieces that we were talking about in the last podcast. They pulled everything except for the Unova Pokemon. All of those updates, all those things they put in the data mine that everyone found and got really excited about, all got pulled.
Psych. Not.
They might have been testing to see how people would react to it, mm-hmm. or there might have been a bug because what they were running into is that with devices with a higher refresh rate on their screens, we're having issue running Pokemon Go. It seemed to be fine with the 30 frames per second devices, mm-hmm. which was good. But the OnePlus 7 Pro and the Razer, which have either 90 hertz or 120 hertz for their screens, they were having issue running Pokemon Go with those rates. So that could have come from the update itself, and that's why they pulled it back, was because people were running into that issue.
Maybe.
Or they were playing chicken with our emotions.
I'll take chicken. Chicken for 100, turn back.
And then we still got that Johto journey, so that started up. So everyone make sure you're checking all those Sentrets and Glygars for your for shinies. Legendary beasts are out in raids now. Mm-hmm. We're going to see them in their respective legendary raid window. So tomorrow, between 6 and 7, you'll have Raikou, Suicune, and Entei. Okay. For an hour.
All three?
Yes.
But how do you know which one pops where?
Doesn't matter. All the eggs pop, you get a shot at 3. It's going to be the same for Deoxys when all of the forms come. There's going to be 5 different shots at Deoxys.
But like how?
What do you mean how?
So if I go to this gym, how do I know what's going to pop?
You don't until it hatches.
Don't. So then it hatches and it's a Raikou. Right? And I'm like, well, forget that. Do I move on to the next one? Like, is that what it is? Just like I look on my map and go where I want to go?
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to do any more Suicune. Like I'm done.
Okay. Well, you don't have to.
No, I understand that. But I want to do Raikou and Entei. I want to try to get shiny of those.
Right.
Obviously.
So with the Legendary Raid Hour, you're going to see, it'll be all 3 of them hatching from eggs for that space of an hour. So like you said, if you meet up to start at one place and it hatches as one, it's not going to change partway through the hour. It's going to be that one. And then you'll just hit whatever gyms you have along your pathway.
Okay.
So for instance, if groups do, 50
Victoria Park?
Yeah, here we do Victoria Park. Usually we get about 6 or 7 raids in. Sometimes we do more depending on how fast the group is. It could be a variation of which ones. It could be the same one for all we know. It all depends on what random number each one draws, essentially. And it's going to be the same way when Deoxys is that raid week next week.
Which we don't have to do because we literally have every single one.
Right, but candy's always good.
I'm not wasting passes, man.
Okay, well, you don't have to waste passes. I will use my passes.
Okay, you go and do that.
I will.
What car are you going to do that in?
I have walked to the park. Don't even get me started.
Damn it. Alright, whatever. I'll just be making food.
And then Mewtwo, of course, will be in the week after, and it will be shiny possible for the first time ever.
That's what
Pokemon
I want.
Go. That's the one you're gunning for.
Yeah, like, I don't care. Deox what?
And don't forget, you can hatch your unknowns for the letters U, L, T, R, and A from those 10k eggs for this week. So drop those eggs in incubators because they are ×2 effective, and hatch all of the 10ks that you can and hope for those unknown.
It'd be nice. Do you have any?
Unknown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got lots.
What? From where?
Because I used to drive around here and catch them.
Okay, but like, how do you know they were here?
Because we used to have a bot that would say when stuff was going on.
Oh, look, a sheep is outside. Sorry. Bah.
And then we also have that tournament that I mentioned. So like I said, we had that group that was known as BPL. They've changed their name to Go Live PvP. If you haven't noticed them on Instagram, make sure you take a peek. They are running a tournament at Safari Zone as well. They're doing it Friday night at 8 p.m. at the same place that the Safari Zone is running theirs. So just make sure you keep all of that information in mind. It's $15 to get into the venue. It's not a charge for the tournament. It is an esports venue. You will have access to all the different equipment there before and after if you decide to show up before 8 o'clock. It definitely looks like an interesting tournament to go to. There's about 5 different types to pick from, I believe. I apologize, 7. Between Bug, Dark, Fighting, Poison, as well as Fairy, Ghost, and Psychic. Now, if you do take a look at PV Poke, which is where I go to get all our stats and what we pick for teams in our tournaments, you can actually now set up custom tournaments. So groups that set up tournaments like this, you don't have to go for, like before you'd have to click for Boulder Cup. You'd hit Boulder, it would automatically do the selections. Now you can go custom and say whatever you want it to do.
And they'll just blend it all.
Yeah, if it's Gen 1 or Gen this, if it's these typings, you can pick all of these typings. So if you pick those 7 typings, it gives you that Pokemon that will do well in this cup and in that same ranked order with moves to go with them and everything.
That's pretty cool.
So it's definitely awesome for some of the tournaments that are coming out, especially in September, because Silpharina isn't running a type tournament in September.
You know what I think is pretty cool, though?
What's that?
How it's a tournament in an esports venue.
Which is awesome.
Because like that makes me think that like one day this might be an esport.
Exactly.
Like, I was there watching, Halo and all that crap, right? But like to see something that like I really, really, really like, not to say that I don't like Halo, but to see that,
something that you're more into.
Right? It's actually kind of cool because just to see this progression of like the game and everything that it is. God damn it, I lost. Fuck.
In case anyone missed that, she lost the game.
I'm done.
Alright, so I'm just going to really quickly run through just one of each of the types that makes the top at least 20. First one that comes out with actually a score of 100 is Azumarill. So if you've used that in previous tournaments, bring that locked and loaded. It looks like you're going to want Bubble, Ice Beam, and Play Rough for this go round. So take a look, see how that rocks. First up for the dark types is Sableye. Sableye usually comes. It's did pretty well in the Nightmare Cup, I believe it was.
So Sableye comes in clutch.
It can come in clutch in those situations because it has that double typing that really helps it out.
Right.
It is the top dark performer, followed by Umbreon in spot number 3. And that's spot number 3 of all the Pokemon in the tournament itself. Now, Umbreon you really only want if you have Last Resort on it. Unfortunately, we don't.
No.
Sableye is a pain in the nuggets because, it's got to be perfect. You got to power it up just like Medicham.
Yes.
Your top bug-type performer will be Fortress, and I mean, we've had Fortress in a few tournaments. I used Fortress in the Boulder Cup, and people thought I was crazy. Alongside using my camera up in the Boulder Cup, and people looked at me like I had a third eye.
Yeah. Well,
I took someone with Solar Beam on that, buddy. Did not expect Solar Beam to be coming from camera up, but
no.
There it is.
Da, 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 da.
Top Psychic attacker, you're going to be looking at Mew. Now, Mew's going to be rocking a Ghost-type attack, a Shadow Claw on the front with Psyshock and a Dragon move on the back there as well. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on everything here. Alolan Marowak is popping up here.
Whack.
I mean, we did use it in the Kingdom Cup.
We did.
It was a really good counter for a lot, actually, in that cup. Wormadam is in here, of course, because they haven't blocked it off like they did for... I believe that was Jungle Cup, where you couldn't use Tropius and Wormadam.
Yes.
So it is top 10. Drapion is your top poison-type attacker. He's actually in spot number 9. I'm actually really interested to see Lucario come in.
Really?
Yeah. It looks like it's better to have Bullet Punch on him in this tournament, as opposed to Counter.
Alright.
But you still want that Power-Up Punch and Shadow Ball. So the same 2 charge attacks that you had in Kingdom Cup. But I'm going to be honest, that counter charges really fast and does a decent hunk of damage. One that you're actually going to see for people who've got it is Jirachi. Breaks the top 15. Keep in mind, everyone, you want that Jirachi to have confusion on the front end, which means it's going to have a very, very long fast attack.
Oh, confusion.
So it's not really fast, but it does a decent hunk of damage there for you. I mean, it just goes on and on. You've got lots of repeat guys like Skuntank and Deoxys in his defense form and Bronzong. But, and Spiritomb kind of rounds out the top 20. We did see Spiritomb was supposed to be the big deal in Nightmare Cup, I believe. And then barely anyone used it because the double typing was actually worse for it than better for it. But there are a whole bunch of different variations to look into here. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to be able to make it out to the tournament. But I do look forward to see what happens there. And I want to make sure that I talk about it maybe again next week once I dive into the meta itself and try to get that all sorted out so we can talk a little bit clearer about that. Was there anything else that you sort of wanted to go over or anything that was jumping out to you at this point?
I want to go back to the Steak Shack or whatever.
The Steak and Shake?
Yes.
What about Burger King in the States?
Do you know what else still takes Steak and Shake? Those burgers were so good. What the hell?
I know.
I don't even know. Okay, yeah, the patties were thin, but they were so good.
Yeah, but you compared them to Burger Priest here.
That was the taste of it. Like, if you were to take Burger Priest and just cut their patty in half, that would be the Steak and Shake patty.
Yeah.
I would say close to it.
If you had a single Burger Priest burger, it would be a double Steak and Shake burger. Correct. And have the same taste.
It would. Yeah. Just the way they made it. I don't know. I thought it was really good.
It was good. Oh, I'm not disputing that by
For $3.50, you can't go wrong.
You cannot go wrong.
No. And I mean, to drive 8 hours and just like have it in a bag and like it come out as microwave it at home and it still tasted decent. Because keep in mind, you microwave anything here, I can kill you with a McDouble if I microwave it. Because it just becomes solid. A Whopper here is okay if you microwave it, just the vegetables get all nasty. But other than that, they're just like, meh. Yeah. Right? But like that was actually edible. More than edible.
Yeah.
But
it was still really good.
It was still really good. I liked it. I liked it so much, I checked if we have some in the Niagara Buffalo area. We do not. Just kind of bullshit. But that's okay. I mean, it is what it is.
But yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much all we've got right now.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep my ear to the ground. We can speak to that tournament a little bit more next week. I mean, we're going to start gearing up for Safari Zone because we've got to start getting ready for that.
And inventory.
You got inventory at work.
The day we leave for Safari Zone is the final count. I know.
How are you going to make it?
I don't know. I already told them. I'm like, yo, if this goes like past 5 o'clock, I'm leaving. What's in the bin, Rox? $7.90. Just write it down. It's fine. Yeah, but Honestly, if we all do our prep, it shouldn't be that hard. It should be okay.
You've been doing prep for a while, though.
We have. I mean, it is what it is.
Ah, well. But yeah, so I mean, aside from that, we haven't got too much this week because we've been, well, busy with Harry Potter, so...
I mean, we'll be posting... I've been slowly posting stuff on our Instagram. That's PkmnMstrz. Just, little snippets from indie and just life and, other AR shots that I pretty much do for that account. I mean, you do too, but, like, it's mostly...
You see the edits, it's usually me, but yeah,
It's
you do some
but you
pictures.
have your hardcore edits on your account.
Yeah.
I don't want that crap on my... No. It's not authentic. No, I'm kidding. But I just do. It's just... We're just different people. Oh, God.
But yeah, I think that's about it for this week here. So make sure you're tuning in on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts. There are a lot of other places you can tune in to us here. But those are sort of the go-tos. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And keep your ear out. I am taking a look at a streaming service called Mixer that seems to be up and coming. So if you haven't heard of it, I will definitely post if I'm going on there to try and shake it up from going to Twitch, because Twitch seems to be a little bit difficult to build on, but it is what it is, and it is well known for what it is. You can always send us an email at joltswitch@outlook.com and leave us a voicemail at 519-208-0453. We'll be able to take a listen and maybe have you played on here and answer your questions live. So all the information here will be in the description. I've got our Instagram account, PkmnMstrz, as well as Discord, Facebook. Everything's there. So just take a peek, and we'll see you on the flip side.
And if you don't want to leave a legit voicemail, your best Chewbacca sound will do.